This is the golden age for India. Powered by 12,000 technology startups, India has become a product nation, and Indians are taking moonshots to disrupt global industries. In this new gold rush, the rest of the world has invested 4 times more money into Indian technology companies than the U.S. The U.S. is missing out. With the goal to create $100 billion of partnership value in 10 years, StartupBridge is building a new bridge to strategic partnerships between the U.S. and India. Within 10 years, India will have a GDP of over $6 trillion and be the most populated country in the world. This is not your grandfather's India. With purchasing power projected to grow to $1.4 trillion, India is both a global production and consumption powerhouse. India's 12,000 bold startups are now building new platforms for the next 400 million emerging customers and businesses. Companies from the rest of the world, especially Japan, Europe, South Africa, and China, are seeking India's 12,000 new startups and getting in on the ground floor, actively forming partnerships with Indian companies targeting the next 400 million users. These partnerships aren't just in traditional software. They're in artificial intelligence, smart cars, and Internet of Things. Why haven't U.S. companies capitalized on India's golden age? What are the roadblocks? Roadblock 1. Limiting comparisons. India often gets compared to China just because of its size. But there are major differences. India's population is exploding, while China's demographic dividend has dissipated. China is also a walled technology garden. India also gets compared to Israel. From early success of Indian startups, it may appear that emerging Indian technology companies will fill market niches like Israel startups did. But comparisons to Israel or China are limiting. With the ability to serve both domestic and international markets, India is more like, well, the U.S. And if we view it through that lens, India and the U.S. share the same goals. Roadblock number 2. Cognitive biases. Many U.S. companies have also stayed on the fence because of unconscious biases. There are many Indian-origin executives in key roles that manage India's strategy. Memory of a stodgy work culture and a bureaucratic India hold executives back from attempting partnerships beyond labor arbitrage. Many decision-makers are anchored in old anecdotes of red tape. But India has turned the red tape into the red carpet, jumping 32 spots in the 2017 World Bank's Ease of Doing Business report. Doing business in India will continue to become easier. There's more transparency in India, a pro-business Indian government, and a data policy focus. But India's true potential begins by seeing how they can help you cater to a global market. It's time for U.S. businesses to take another look at their most natural partner, India. So what is StartupBridge, and how can it help American companies? During the dot-com boom of the 1990s, entrepreneurs, investors, and government officials across Silicon Valley and India began working together to construct a bridge between India and overseas investors. This bridge led to the creation of Software Technology Parks of India. Powered by Indian domestic talent, India created world-class service companies like Infosys and Wipro. In the 1990s and 2000s, the bridge mainly focused on large company partnerships. With over 12,000 startups, the bridge to India has turned into a 6-lane highway. This new startup bridge is different. India now has the 3rd largest number of startups of any country in the world, taking global moonshots and disrupting industries. Supported by friendly data policies, these startups are the new bridge to India. It has taken 20+ years for this ecosystem to take hold. Now the biggest wave is coming, and companies will miss it if they don't act. It's time to get on the Startup Bridge now.